Hello and welcome back to part 3 of this game 2 of Tarson versus Avoid. Avoid has a decent number of charge lots and Storm on the field, so Tarson has to be really careful as he really does not have the capability to rebuild his army like Avoid can. He's basically stuck on these Marauders. Oh no, double stim, that's very dangerous. Here comes a bunch of Storms, maybe. Oh, he only actually had the one Storm. So, he did lose a few Marauders there, but not as many as I thought. Let's check the medevac energy. He's pretty much dry on medevac energy. The Archon, I think, got off one shot. Oh no, the Nexus finishes! Oh, he was not able to cancel it. That's a little bit unfortunate for Avoid. But looking back at Tarson, he's still only at 4 workers. He does not have the supply to build more. So, this is really, really bad. He's going to have to save his energy for mules at this point, where he tries to get some supply depots out onto the field. He's pretty much restricted to just this Marauder force, and he's going to have to preserve it the best he can, which means he's got to cut down on these stims. Double stimming here is very, very bad. It's going to give your opponent an opportunity to work you down with one good storm, as your medevacs will run out of energy just regenning your stims at this point. Avoid trying to plant a sneaky pylon here, possibly for Warpins later in the game, but Tarson and Avoid are doing a good job of scouting around with their air units. Avoid still has an observer somewhere flying around the map. If I look at his vision, I might be able to find it, but I do not see where it went. Avoid keeps losing these zealots, but at this point that's fine. He's well ahead in economy and macro. He could definitely afford to be losing a few units just to be maintaining vision on the map. I do not know where his observer is actually. There it is. So he's going to keep flying this around. Watch the army movement of Tarson and look at how his army still isn't back up to full health after those stims. And that's why, really choosing your timing wisely on your stims is going to be very, very important. Treat it like you don't have medevacs, and that any stim you use is not going to heal up. Actually, Avoid is mining out his natural, so this is going to bring Tarson back into this game. It's going to give him the opportunity he needed to get some workers out on the field, because he doesn't have enough to rebuild that Nexus. Oh my god, he needs to stop making units. Except for maybe Templars to defend these cannons. He really needs some minerals. Oh, look at this sneaky play here by Avoid. This is excellent. I really, really like this. And it's not really likely to get scanned by Tarson, because players aren't really in the habit of checking for this. What he has done is he's like, okay, I need a safe expansion. I cannot go head-to-head with those Marauders in the middle. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take his natural, which I know he hasn't really mined from much, because I got in there pretty quickly and killed it. So he does make a Nexus. He sends all of these probes up here to mine up here, and now he's going to have a really good economy still. Oh, here we go. He is trying to catch these probes and get them back to work. So now these 36 probes versus the 9 of Tarson are going to have an opportunity to really get used here. That's going to allow him to really start using his warp gates to their fullest. Waiting to see if Tarson stims. He probably doesn't want to stim. A nice EMP there on the Templars. Oh no! The Marauders are taken out by some really nice storms, and the charge lots are able to move in and do quite a bit of damage. Tarson still doesn't have enough economy to really be rebuilding these, so this is really bad for him. Avoid's doing a lot of damage at this point, so and his unit production, he's able to keep making those zealots. He's able to keep warping in those Templars much, much faster than Tarson can rebuild. So Avoid is kind of solidifying his position in this game. Unless Tarson can come up with something really, really nice, I would say it does look like Avoid's going to walk away with this, just because his economy is such better shape. If you look at the income tab, look at the difference in gas, look at the difference in minerals. Even with the mules, Tarson is quite behind in minerals. But with making just Marauders, you don't really need tons of gas. So if he makes mostly Marauders here with the occasional Ghost, I think he will be fine. Looking back at Avoid's new main, he's still only on these 5 warp gates. At this point in the game, the tendency is, oh, really, I need another expansion. That's what players are thinking. They're into this mindset of, I need to expand, expand, expand. But when you get into this kind of a game, over-expanding is really dangerous. You do not want to get a bunch of expansions only to have them taken out and give your opponent a chance to get back into this game. Some nice storms here by Avoid, but look at this. Tarson is kiting him around. I don't think he realizes that this expansion is here. He might have figured it out just because all these units are here. More storms coming in. This Archon will kill a couple of these Marauders. He's down to just 3 Marauders. I don't think there's any Medivacs left on the field as well. Let's check the units tab. He has 1 Medivac left and 5 Marauders versus 3 Zealots and 1 Templar. But once again, I hate to harp on this. Avoid's unit production is just so much better, and I love this Ghost up here on this cliff. He's just picking off units as they run by. He's killed several Templar. He EMP'd a few more earlier. Tarson's got this great unit control with these Marauders, so he is kind of staying in this game, and I'm going to have to cut this one again. I'm sorry about the awkward cutting. There's an odd amount of time left on this game, so make sure you tune in for the next segment of this great game between Tarson and Avoid.